One of the things that Stampin' Up! Is known for is our beautiful two-step stamp sets. And with Sale-A-Bration this year, we are so excited to offer a three-step stamp. This is our Lotus Blossom Stamp Set, and those 3 steps create a beautiful flower with depth and dimension. It almost looks like it's going to pop off of the page. So let me show you how to get this beautiful look with this stamp set. I'm going to move these out of the way so I can bring in my stamping supplies. The colors I'm going to use are Crisp Cantaloupe and Calypso Coral to create my flower. And just Whisper White cardstock. Now I'm actually going to show you 2 different ways to do this. Once I'm going to go from light to dark, and then I'm going to do it again from dark to light. It's kind of a personal preference, so try it both ways and see what works best for you. So as you mount your stamps, you'll notice there's a little tab, and you want to make sure that as you mount them, the tab is in the same place, pointing the same direction with each of the 3 steps. That's going to help you get them lined up perfectly. And then for this first step, I'm going to use Crisp Cantaloupe. And since this is photopolymer, I'm using my craft sheet, and I have it upside down. You can't see our Stampin' Up! Logo, so I'll fix that. And then stamp my first step. Awesome image. Now for the second step, I'm going to use Crisp Cantaloupe, and I'm actually going to stamp off before I stamp on my image. And you'll just kind of want to look down through to get it lined up. There's step 2. Now for step 3, I'm going to use full strength Crisp Cantaloupe. And again, just kind of look to get that lined up. And that's all there is to it. Look at that depth and dimension on that flower. So now I'm going to bring in a second sheet and show you how you can do the exact same thing, but this time I'm going to start with the darker step. I personally prefer to do it this way because it's easier to see the darker ink down through the photopolymer. So I have an easier time getting it lined up. But try it both ways and see what looks best for you. And then my Crisp Cantaloupe on my last step. So either way, you get that beautiful image with depth and dimension. Let me bring in the finished card one more time. You can see that because that flower is so beautiful on its own, the finished card doesn't need a lot of accessorizing and decoration. Just a pretty simple background with a few little accessories. And you can be creative as you try different color schemes and different colors of classic ink. Here we've got purple, yellow, and orange. And with that stamping off technique, you can experiment and try lots of different things. You could do this with one single ink pad, just stamping off multiple times. Look how cute these cards are, kind of bundled together as a gift. So much fun. And let me show you a couple of different looks you can get with this stamp set. This one has more of a watercolor look. It's on watercolor paper, and we've used a little bit of water to kind of smear the ink, just give it a softer look. And we've also created kind of a spring tablescape. On the napkin, we've used just the first step, or that lightest color step of the flower, with fabric paint, and then we've done coordinating place cards. So how beautiful for a breakfast or luncheon or shower or all of your spring parties. So this is definitely a stamp set you're going to want to add to your collection, whether you're a beginner or an experienced stamper. Remember, during Sale-A-Bration, you can earn it for free with a qualified order. So get that order in and get your Lotus Blossom stamp set right away.